With so many ransomware incidents this year alone, I thought it would be a good idea to discuss ways to dealing with ransomware attack after it has already occurred. Since there is no way to ensure that you're not targeted as a business, so it is worth noting the steps that you can take to stop the further bleeding. Let's talk. Hi, my name is Afaq. Come for the cybersecurity, stay for the investing advice. I'm just kidding. So it is Friday at 4 p.m. local time, and you open your laptop to check your email just one more time before leaving the office for the day, only to see your email client timing out and unable to find your on premise Exchange server. Now everything seems slow, and you're trying to figure out why, and then your phone rings. Your IT security team is on the other side and they tell you that we have been breached. Now, in the meantime, you look at your laptop and it shows a message that you have only seen in those ransomware articles and movies, that it says your files are encrypted. Boom, your company just got hit with the ransomware attack. Now what? Yep, there is no relaxing weekend ahead for you. So take a deep breath and let's now understand how the ransomware attack is carried out. All right, so hackers use an infection vector or initial vector to get into the system. From the recent past, believe it or not, we have seen anything from supply chain hacks to 0 days and even phishing campaigns to make this happen. Once they're inside, the ransomware installs itself and contacts the CNC for encryption keys, and then it starts the file encryption process. In some cases, we have seen ransomware actors even attempt to delete online backups that they can get access to via the network. Common with groups like Revel and DarkSide, your files are likely to be transferred to their CNC, just in case if a victim believes that they can get out of paying ransom by restoring files from the backup. So modern day ransomware is a kind of a two-in-one deal. Your data is encrypted and stolen at the same time. Now, once all that is accomplished, all your endpoints display a ransomware note that shows the amount you need to pay to get a decryption key and to avoid your data being sold to the highest bidder. Now, the big question: you have been attacked by ransomware. What should you do next? For the most part, the damage is already done, and your choices are now kind of limited. So, nonetheless, this is what you can do. So, number one, since you are now certain that you have been a ransomware victim and you know the ransomware actor, the first thing to do is to report it to the federal law enforcement authorities like FBI, IC3 line. You can request technical assistance as well by contacting the CISA. If you are a public company or an enterprise that has additional requirements such as HIPAA, CCPA if you're in California, or GDPR if you're in Europe, you may have additional reporting requirements as well. So another thing you can do is to engage with a third-party incident response team, such as one from FireEye or Mandiant or Sophos. If you have an existing agreement with a third-party company like these, the quicker it is to get their help. It is ironic, but in a recent interview, the Mandiant CEO claimed they receive more help requests for an incident response that they can handle, so they must deny some of the requests. The guy got way too much business lately. Anyhow, part of the incident response playbook is to discover the root cause of your ransomware attack. This is where your security team kind of tries to understand and puts the pieces together of the puzzle how the ransomware was introduced. Again, it could be emailed, it could have been 0 day vulnerabilities, or within a browser such as Safari, or a different kind of vulnerability. Knowing the root cause can help you block and lock your affected accounts or resources, or even quarantine your network traffic or block traffic to some IP addresses. The next thing you need to do is to perform some containment. So you need to take your infected systems online to cut off access to CNC and isolate them to stop further encryption. One critical thing that you can do during this step is to secure your backups. Take your backup data offline and scan it to see whether it was altered or not. If there were no alteration and you do have a recent backup, you can go ahead and restore from that data to bring back everything to normalcy as part of the recovery process. On the other side, if you don't have a backup or your backups were also erased or encrypted, then you are toast. And your next step would be to contact your ransomware actor and kick off the ransomware payment negotiation process. So far this year, we know from public statements and disclosures that Colonial Pipeline and various other smaller organizations paid up and successfully got their decryption keys. In the case of Kaseya, they have the decryption key as well, which they have been distributing to their MSP customers under supposedly an NDA, but publicly they are denying that they paid ransomware to the rebel group. Paying a ransom actor can be a federal offense as well. So obviously tread carefully according to your applicable laws. Anyhow, if you can successfully negotiate a ransomware price or payment and pay up the sum in Bitcoin, you're likely to receive a universal decryption key from the gang that can unlock your data. Alternatively, if you were able to recover your data using an unaltered backup, you're in luck. In such cases, if your data was stolen, it will likely be auctioned off on the dark web, as we have seen in such similar cases. If that indeed happens, you're likely to face a ton of lawsuits, but that can also happen even if you pay ransom and decrypt, because many data privacy regulations would motivate your customers towards such an action. So there are no easy answers. Keep in mind there have been incidents where a victim paid up the ransomware and they either did not receive the decryption key or their data was still auctioned off. So in my opinion, this is the cost of not being prepared or not beefing up your cybersecurity defenses. So no matter how the nightmare ends, this is absolutely the time your cybersecurity team must beef up the cyber defenses by hardening your IT assets and preventative measures. Right? It is also a time to prepare an incident response plan in case if such an event were to happen again. If this sounds complicated, it's because it is. Ransomware continues to evolve to go through the defenses we have in place. So your team might also want to rehearse the ransomware incident response plan periodically as well. Now, in the end, I want to share with you a funny meme that I came across while researching for this video. So there you have it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it helpful. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon. Hey, wait. I have added a bunch of ransomware incident response playbook links in the description, so be sure to check them out. Bye for now.